For British Prime Minister David Cameron, this week's Brussels summit could decide whether the UK remains in the European Union. He's engaged in a series of high-level talks aimed at securing support for EU reforms ahead of an in-out referendum this summer. Richard Bestick reports from London on Britain's difficult relationship with the EU and why it may leave.
For the UK Premier, this summit is a whirlwind of meet and greet, grip and grin. Here with the European Parliament President Martin Schulz, and here with leaders of the EU parliamentary parties. Cameron's cause to wrestle reforms and persuade the British people to vote to stay in the EU. Opinion polls currently suggesting it's a tough task.
I think we should be out of the Union.
I'm for in.
I think it'd be nice if they can make laws without the European Union interfering.
There's no convincing case for leaving, so it's too big a risk to take, too big a gamble.
Out.
Why?
Because I think Britain do better on their own.
Undecided at the moment.
At the end of the day, I am probably a yes man.
Prime Minister!
In the British Parliament, Cameron has been robust.
We are a proud and independent nation with proud, independent, democratic institutions that has served us well over the centuries.
He is, though, aware many Eurosceptics are on the benches behind him, restless members of his own party.
Isn't the only way to get control of our borders, our tax revenues and our welfare system to leave and be a good European and let them get on with their political union?
And isn't ultimately the decision in the referendum on areas of our own laws and our own borders, whether we want them to be determined here by ourselves or overseas by someone else?
This man, Nigel Farage, as much as any, triggered Cameron's promise of an in-out EU referendum. His outrage at the numbers from other EU countries coming to Britain caused immigration to become a hot general election issue.
Refugees welcome here!
In unlimited numbers or limited numbers?
Any numbers.
One of Cameron's strongest allies is German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Europe's most powerful politician. But even she balks at demands for an end to workers' freedom of movement inside the EU. So, Cameron is left asking for a 4-year delay to in-work benefits for EU workers and promises the UK can opt out of moves to ever closer European Union. Should that prove inadequate and Cameron fails to get a yes vote, the consequences for a British exit from the EU would be immense and far-reaching. Britain, the first country to quit at a time when the institution itself has never been under greater pressure. Richard Bestick, CCTV, London.